Next, after you've stretched out both of your legs, it's time to bring some motion to your feet. Now, sitting right there in your chair, wiggle your toes as much as you can. Lift them up as high as you can, then spread them wide. Move them in circles if you can, and just keep wiggling for about 30 seconds. This is what we call an isometric exercise, because you're re-engaging the muscles in your feet and lower legs without moving the joints. This is great for improving blood flow to your feet and ankles, which often have poor circulation as we age. Plus, when you wiggle your toes, you're also working a little known nerve called the peroneal nerve. Now, this nerve branches off from the sciatic nerve and runs down behind your knee into your foot. Did you know that a whopping 90% of leg cramps happen because of this one nerve getting pinched or aggravated? That's why simply tapping or stroking this nerve behind your knee is a common trick used by physical therapists and doctors to stop cramps in their tracks. In fact, there was a study published in 2015 that found that tapping the peroneal nerve helped relieve leg cramps more effectively than either massage or electrical stimulation. Talk about a game changer. So remember, just a little bit of toe wiggling goes a long way. Alright, next up, it's time to work on the largest muscle in your lower leg, your shin muscle. This muscle runs down the front of your shin bone, and when it's tight, it can pull your foot downward and contribute to cramps. Plus, when you're done, don't forget to switch sides. Okay, now, unfortunately, you won't be able to do these next two exercises while sitting. So we're going to get you up and moving. But don't worry, they're still very easy. For the next exercise, stand up, hold on to a sturdy surface for balance, and gently raise one leg up as high as you can without arching your back or holding your breath. Hold for a count of 3, then slowly lower and repeat 3 times on each side. It might feel like nothing at first, but trust me, doing this small movement every morning makes a big difference over time. Let me explain why this exercise is so important. See, when you raise your leg, you're stretching the shin muscle, which, like I said before, is often really tight in older adults. Stretching this muscle daily keeps it from tightening up too much and causing cramps. But that's not all. Raising your leg also helps activate something called the stretch reflex. This is your body's natural response to being stretched. When you stretch a muscle, it triggers a tiny contraction in that same muscle. Your body does this to protect itself from being pulled too far and possibly tearing. For instance, if you were to stretch your hamstring muscle really aggressively without the stretch reflex, you could easily pull or tear it. But thanks to the stretch reflex, your hamstrings can lengthen safely without getting injured. So when you raise your leg, the stretch reflex activates the shin muscle and helps it become more flexible and less cramping. Okay. For the last exercise, we're going to focus on the deep tissues of your calves and feet. These deep tissues contain lots of smaller muscles and connective tissues that can get tight and restrict blood flow. So here's what you're gonna do. Stand up and once again, hold on to something sturdy for balance. Now rock up onto the balls of your feet, almost like you're about to take a step forward. Hold for a couple of seconds. Then step back down and repeat this 5 times. Now, to make this exercise a little easier, you can also do it while sitting in a chair by lifting up the balls of your feet and flexing your toes for a couple of seconds. Then relaxing. Like before, you'll want to do this on both legs. These 2 quick exercises may seem simple, but they pack a powerful punch. By rocking up onto the balls of your feet, you stretch and strengthen the intrinsic muscles of your feet, improve circulation to your feet and ankles, and reduce pressure on the peroneal nerve. That's the nerve that can cause leg cramps. Also, I know I keep mentioning stretching, but it's a key strategy for reducing cramping because when you stretch a muscle, you help reverse the effects of aging. Here's what I mean. As we age, our bodies tend to shorten and become stiffer because of tight muscles and poor posture. This happens whether we realize it or not. Over time, these postures literally reshape our bodies. Even if you only slouch for a few minutes each day, if you do it for years, it starts to warp the shape of your spine and pelvis. And when that happens, you put more stress on the joints and discs of your back. So over time, Stretching counteracts this shortening by gently pulling the body back to its normal length. It may not feel like much in the moment, but consistent stretching helps maintain flexibility and range of motion in your joints. So don't underestimate the power of stretching. Now that you know how to stretch the major muscles in your legs, let's talk about some additional tips that can make a big difference. First, make sure you're well hydrated. Dehydration can contribute to leg cramps, so aim to drink at least 8 glasses of water each day. Second, consider taking a daily supplement containing magnesium and potassium. Both of these minerals help regulate muscle contractions and relax your muscles. Third, if you smoke, it's time to quit. Smoking restricts blood flow to your muscles, making cramps worse. Luckily, there are resources available to help you quit successfully. Fourth, try to wear comfortable shoes and socks that fit well. Tight shoes can aggravate the nerves in your feet, especially if you wear high heels or have high arches. And fifth, pay attention to the amount of caffeine you consume. Too much caffeine can dehydrate you and make cramps more likely. Consider switching to decaf coffee or herbal tea. Finally, sixth, remember that regular exercise can be a game changer for reducing cramps. Aim for at least 30 minutes of moderate activity most days of the week. Exercises like walking, swimming, and cycling are excellent choices. They increase blood flow, improve circulation, and maintain flexibility. For many people, staying active is the single best tip they can follow to prevent cramps. Plus, when you exercise regularly, you boost the amount of mitochondria inside your cells. Mitochondria are like the energy factories of your cells. So the more you have, the better your cells work. And guess what? More mitochondria means less cramping. Exercise also reduces stress, improves sleep, and increases overall energy levels. Just be sure to listen to your body and consult with your doctor before starting any new workout routine. And there you have it, 6 practical ways to say goodbye to leg cramps and hello to a more active, enjoyable golden years. Remember, consistency is key. So make these exercises and healthy habits a part of your daily routine and watch your leg cramps vanish. And if you want more tips on how to live your healthiest, best life after 50, be sure to check out these videos here. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.